We're going to jump into our hour meter here and create, you know what, while I'm thinking about tags, let's come back in here because I don't think we used these one-shots. So I'm just going to be good and delete those because there's no sense having unused memory stored in your program. Not that it's going to hurt anything, but you get what I'm saying. So for statics here, let's see what we've got. We need our hour meter reset trigger. Got it, that's a bool. We need our minute counter reset. We need our hour counter reset. We need our minute timed down bit. We need our hour counted down bit. And we need our day counted down bit. And accumulated time, just in case we decide to go back and use that, I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. And I think that's it for temporary memory, so, or rather for local memory. So let's come in here and let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is we want to evaluate our generation mode. So are we in generation mode? And if so, we want to JC RTO timer. And if we are not in timing, then we really don't need to look at any other timers. So let's look at our reset push button. And in that case, I'm going to say clear out the register, and let's add, and let's reset hour meter push button. And then we're going to jump conditionally to reset hour meter. And if that's not true either, we're going to jump unconditionally to end of line. All right, so now we've got some initial navigation for this thing. Let's come down here, put an end of line with a block end, and our reset hour meter logic, we will put that down here with a block end just temporarily. And then for this RTO timer, we can put that here, and then we can just go ahead and start timing on that timer. So let's drop that RTO timer right on in there, and let's backspace to the label. Okay, that's where that's supposed to be. This timer is going to be one of those timers that times time. So let's select that, give it a database, and start setting this thing up. So our input for this is not TUR, but true. So when this is called, and when we go into this section, it'll be timing, and we'll jump over this when we don't want to time. Our reset for this will be RTO, or was it reset, or did we forget to create that? Let's go up here to our, yep, we don't have that, do we? RTO timer reset, and that's going to be a bool. Okay, it was a mistake, but it was one we did not have to live with. Now we've got our RTO timer reset. Preset value is T-pound 1M, so 1 minute. And here we've got minute timed down, and elapsed time will be our accumulated time. Okay, so we're going to call that timer, And if we call this timer, then we're going to want to take action on our counters as well. So we don't have to do any magical jumps or anything like that between here. We can come straight down here and drop our counter in. So just like that, counter. And this is going to count ints. So our count up is going to be on our minute timed down. Our reset is going to be our minute counter reset. We are counting 60 minutes, and our Q, our output, is going to be hour counted down, and our count value on this is going to be HM minutes. Got it. So space, and let's bring in our next counter, which is going to be counting ints. Got it. We're going to be counting up on hour counted down. Our reset is going to be our hour counter reset. We're counting 24 hours to get to a day counted down. And we are holding hours in here, so HM hours. And let's get that last counter. There it is. That one looks great. It's going to be counting ints. It's going to be counting up on days counted down. It's going to be reset only by the reset, or the hour meter reset. Where is it? Hour meter reset trigger. And preset value is a generous 10,000. And for a Q, we really don't need a Q, but I don't want to piss this thing off. So I'm just going to give it something that says too many days. And right click, define that, and that'll be local temp, because I really don't care about that, so we're not going to use that for anything. And our count value is going to be our hour meter days. Okay, so after we do all of this, we do want to jump unconditionally to end of line, because we don't want to be resetting, because we already know nobody's pushed any reset buttons. So now let's work through this. If we've got the hour meter reset push button pushed here, then we need to come down here, and the first thing that we need to do is we need to call a timer. So let's go ahead and get rid of that block end, and we're going to bring our timer in here. And yeah, great, I can't work because of the pop-ups. Thanks again, Siemens, we appreciate that. All right, so we're going to call this timer. That's going to time. The input for this is going to be true. The PT is going to be T sharp 10S, that's our 10 seconds. Our Q, this is where we're going to activate our reset hour meter trigger. Where is that hour meter reset trigger? That's it. And our elapsed time will be, I don't know, I'll just call this ACC time. And right click, define tag, local temp time. Yeah, good enough. So now the only other thing we have to manage is when do we reset all of these different timers and everything. And I think we do that down here at our end of line. So this is where we're going to put all of our evaluations and decide what needs to be reset and what not. So we're going to get rid of that block end, and let's clear out our register, and then we're going to say and we're going to look for hour meter reset, or we're going to look for the minute timed down. And if either one of those is true, we're going to assign that value to our RTO reset. So if neither one of those is true, RTO reset's going to be false. If one or the other of those is true, then RTO timer reset is going to be true. And then we want to clear our register, and now we want to look for we're looking for our and actually this is an hour counter reset. We're looking for our hour meter reset trigger. Ooh, that was almost a bug for sure. Okay, so now we're looking for that same thing, our hour meter reset trigger again, and now we're looking for an hour to have been counted down. There we go. And then we're going to assign that to our minute counter reset. Clear out the register. And we're going to look for a day to have been counted down. Oh, first, we need to look for our hour meter reset trigger, or now we're looking for a day to have been counted down. And we're going to assign that to our hour counter reset. And our day counter is going to be reset automatically by the trigger. So I think that is all it takes. I'm pretty sure that's a working hour meter in STL, or if not, it's real damn close, maybe just a bug or two away. So